Hello everyone and welcome. So I'm here, so we are gold sponsor, so I have a keynote for UhuruTec and I thought, what can I talk about? And I've chosen a topic which I always hear discussions about because the discussion is what is good and what is not good, but I think that's not the point, what is the best solution. It's rather the point which solution fits the best. Yeah. So that's why I want to talk about how UhuruTec started that journey, because we also had this point where we talked about which tool we want to use for orchestrating OpenStack, and yeah. So let's go. So it's I don't see the thing here anymore. Okay, so let's talk about me. I'm founder and CEO of UhuruTec. I have technical background. I worked for 25 years with Unix, Linux, databases, and lots of systems management. And systems management also brings a lot of orchestration topics with it. So I'm not far away with this, and I don't see the slides here. Sorry for that. So yeah, okay, and I'm always keen to bring open source to business. This was always my big challenge, and still is. Yeah. So, and yeah, I have a sentence in my LinkedIn profile that says meditation could bring world peace. Yeah. So, at least I say if they do it on a free and own will. But that's a short fun fact about that. So. Yeah, so before we founded the company, we did systems management, as I told you. So we managed 12,000 of servers for a customer with Unix and Linux and wild, all manually installed, and we had to manage them all equally. Yeah? So this is a challenge. If you know this game, it's quite hard, but it was nice, and we learned a lot. And then after some time, or some years ago, we thought, what's the next step? And we had a look at OpenStack, Kubernetes, and all the stuff which comes in the cloud area, because it's obvious that if you come from this data center business, that the next evolution step is cloud. And we saw, it's all fine. We started with manual deployments, because then you see how the tools really interact and what is necessary to bring them up. We also tried Ansible-based setups, and then we made some decisions. How do we want to build this stuff, and how do we want to bring it up? And do I get the slides? No. Sorry, I don't see the slides here. That's a little bit difficult. Yeah. So we made decisions. We wanted to lower the barriers to deploy OpenStack and Kubernetes. This, if you already deployed it, you know this is hard game. This is really a hard game, to bring it up. Especially if you have this bare metal stuff, you have the physical layer, you have to do a lot of configurations there, and you really have make good plans for that. We wanted to have it declarative, so we want to have everything in a Git repository, and we want to have some automation which brings this from the Git repository to the systems itself, so we want to have the GitOps approach there. And this obviously brings the best way to do is to use Kubernetes operators. Of course, GitOps is just a mechanism which could be implemented in other ways too, but I think Kubernetes is the best way to do that. And the next thing is why did we not use Kolla Ansible, for example? Let's switch. Yeah. Okay. I don't see the slides. Sorry for that. This is a little bit annoying. Yeah. So we also tried Kolla at the beginning, and it was really easy to start. Yeah. So you install the servers manually. That's then you deploy with Kolla, and it worked. Yeah. So it was totally fine. Yeah. It was a nice tool. It's part of the OpenStack ecosystem, so this means it's really good integrated and it's good tested in the OpenStack community. It's also container-based, which is also nice. But then we also had some weird points, maybe beginner errors at this time. Yeah, so we had a configuration deadlock. Yeah, we put in some configuration for networking, I don't know, somewhere, and we could not recover it with the Ansible. Yeah, so it was dead. So it was a dead end. We had to redeploy it. It is a stateless orchestration, which is a Ansible thing. And I don't like Ansible, to be honest. So because if you have stateless orchestration, the orchestrator is always to check what is the current state. And the current state is not always complete. So this is something, it is error prone, so by design. Then you have these long-running Ansible playbooks in combination with the error messaging handling. So for Kolla, we had a runtime for a bunch of servers for half an hour, something like that. Then we had an error. Then we had to find out what is the error. So we had to run Ansible again for half an hour with verbose mode. Then you have more details. And so then that's the time to bring it up was, it was long. And we didn't like that. So we had also these decisions, which I just showed you. And then at the same time, YAOOK came there, and said, that's the way to go for us because it's Kubernetes operator based, and let's have a look into it. And we also, it was quite nice. What's the backside of YAOOK, or the downsides? So there are only a few OpenStack components. This was in the beginning. This was really a point. We said, okay, that's a little bit bad thing, but we can contribute, we can bring in more components, and as you know now, there are lots of more components in YAOOK as well, and you can bring up a good OpenStack installation there with YAOOK. The OpenStack releases are outdated. Yes, that's also something which I hear a lot of times, but this is something which is getting fixed step by step, and we always have a supported OpenStack solution in YAOOK, so this is something which was, for me, not a big problem, or for us at the company. It's hard to understand, yes, at the beginning it's hard to understand, like every tool which you get to know with, it's always, you have to dive in and you have to understand, but if the penny dropped, I think this is the way to go, And then you have to solve this Kubernetes on bare metal thing, because if you want to run YAOOK and the bare metal stuff, you need to bring there some Kubernetes with it, and this increases the day zero effort. So it's not just installing a server and deploy. You have to do a little bit more, especially if you want to do it in an automatic way. Then it's a little bit harder. But what are the pros? What we have a very nice community around YAOOK. So at the beginning, we contacted the inventors of YAOOK, which were, for example, Felix Hüttner of Stackit, and he was so nice. He took 1 hour and showed us the YAOOK operators, and this was something which is not normal, I would say, So this is was very nice, and deployment was very fast, So it's bringing up OpenStack after the day zero effort was done was amazing, So it was wow. Then we have this declarative approach we wanted to have, the messages were clear. We saw always why does it not work, So it's really good implemented to understand everything. And what is very important for us is the day zero effort. So at the day two effort, so if it runs, you have much less effort than with the other solutions, in my opinion. And this was the reason why we chose YAOOK for deploying OpenStack. Then after we made our decisions, I also talked with other people and listened what are the reasons why they choose why they choose Ansible-based solutions. And I hear, it's proven, it works, it's widely adapted, so stuff like that, There's a large community, and we did not want to have so much dynamics in the infrastructure layer for the orchestration. And then I think this what came up in my mind when I hear this discussion is this picture. It's like the evolution from the diesel to the electric vehicles. You hear the same arguments. They are not really technical at this point, so they are more or less emotional. And it's an evolution, yeah, and there are also always reasons why you might choose the Ansible-based installation, yeah. But I think this is rather an evolution that which will go to the YAOOK-based or operator-based installation, let's say like that. And yeah, sometimes it takes time to until the penny drops. So for me, it was also the same thing with cloud computing. I was always, yeah, let's see if it stays. Took long time until for me it was a good thing to go, a good way to go, but finally the penny dropped. That's why I'm here, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.